But you know what was spoiled, Brian, is that was the biggest thing on SmackDown of an unscheduled nature was they hurt Rey Mysterio. It's like when Vince Sr. came into Hanson's locker room and said, "You hurt Bruno," and he himself. And did you even see this match? Did you go back and look at it? Did you pay attention? Because if you blinked, you missed it.
Stan Hansen really himself when Jilly Rizzo said, "You hurt Bruno."
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it when it happened. Obviously, I didn't pick up on everything right away as it happened, and the story then transpired. What are your thoughts on this, Mr. Expert on Wrestling Injuries?
Well, in all honesty, I didn't watch the show live. I watched it the next morning, and I'd already seen on Twitter that somebody had said that, or had fan cam footage from the bleachers where that they were helping Rey Mysterio out. They had one guy on each side of him, and he was limping at first, and then they were more or less just carrying him. And I said, "What the fuck? That generally means an ankle or a knee or whatever." I'm thinking, "Oh, God, poor Ray," right? So I started watching that match, which I may not normally have watched, and I couldn't figure out. All of a sudden, I just realized, wait a minute, where'd Ray go? And I had to go back and watch it again because I think it was the very first time anybody laid hands on him. The first thing he had done, he was in the ring, and one of the Creed brothers, aka the Greenhorns, was supposed to pull him out of the fucking ring like you pull a referee, right? When he's making the count. He's going to grab his leg and pull him. But what he did, first of all, Rey Mysterio has had bad knees, right? So he grabbed him with both hands around his ankle and jerked him. And Ray doesn't weigh very much, and this fucking guy's strong. So when he jerked him, he just flew out under the bottom rope, and he landed on the goddamn ground with a splat. Boom. But when he did, he turned over, he put his hand between his legs. And I said, "They've torn his groin." So it wasn't either a knee or an elbow, or a knee or an elbow. Jesus Christ. A knee or an ankle, which one would think because they helped him out, but they've done something to his groin, whether pulled it or just torn it or whatever, because that's why he was in such pain and couldn't, walk because he was, he couldn't put weight on the shit and move his legs normally. So it's possible that it could have happened one of two ways, either when the guy jerked his leg, and that's why I said a guy with bad knees, you don't want to do that because you can, if his ligaments are dodgy to begin with, you can pull a fucking leg out of the socket. I can tell you from experience, I don't like to have my legs pulled straight. Nobody's pulling my fucking body weight with my ankles. Either that could have done it, or when he landed on the floor so hard, somehow that may have jarred something, but I'm more thinking that it was the jerking motion of the guy pulling him out of the ring. But so that put him out of WrestleMania. Not even 24 hours before the fucking thing. And it was the first time anybody touched him in the match. And what they did, apparently, since he was already down on the ground outside the ring, they just shot around him. I guess the doctor came, checked on him. They scooped him up and helped him down the aisleway, and you never saw him gone. And I didn't hear the announcers refer to it. He just disappeared. But I hate he missed WrestleMania. But it can happen. There's already chances that anything can happen to you when you're doing this, which is why I scoff at all the fucking goofballs who want to become crash test dummies on purpose for no reason. But anyway, that was that.
We'll get well soon, Rey Mysterio. And they'll need you now that they got AAA under their banner.
Oh boy, that's right. They ought to make him the commissioner.
That was where I first saw him. Rey Mysterio Jr. against Heavy Metal. That was the first match I ever saw with him. 2 out of 3 falls. And he was spectacular, but it's almost like a different guy because he wasn't just short. He was really, really skinny. There was no muscle on him. and he was spectacular. And here he is all these years later. Wow, I'm a lot older. Imagine how old he is. Just a couple of years older than me. Yeah.
It's been 30 years, right?
I saw that in 93. So, yeah, it's been a long time. But get well soon, Rey Mysterio.